How do you get justice for a dead girl? I'll tell you. In case you're new to the story, Ochanya was a young girl who went to live with her family at the age of 5 for the promise of a better life, for better education. And her story is not different from a lot of Nigerians. Nothing wrong with that. It's family. Sadly and outrageously, from age 8 to 13, Ochanya would be molested repeatedly by two members of her family. The supposed aunt of Ochanya, who is actually directly related to her, knew about this. But guess what she did? She covered it up, covered the medical reports, and shielded her husband and her son. Ochanya's mother got to find out, and this case finally got to the police, got to the law court. Did justice prevail? You would think. This case received a verdict of a 6-month sentence for the aunt for aiding and abetting the crime. Ochanya's uncle and the son were released on account of very minimal evidence against them. Now, what was the fate of Ochanya? Notice the use of the word was, because Ochanya is no more with us. She died from the complications from the years and years of abuse. Just in case you're wondering what VVF means, it means vesico vaginal fistula. The bladder and the vagina share a wall. When there is a breach between the wall of the bladder and that vagina, it means that urine will leak from the bladder into the vagina. And so you lose control of micturition, urination. And for every time there's urine in the bladder, it comes out freely from the vagina because the vagina is open. This also means that for every minute and second of one's life, they will be leaking and reeking of urine. This comes with infections, pain, penury, stigmatization. This is the case of a lot of young girls out there who sadly are being married to men who would take to social media to wail over the removal of their rights to wed babies. These girls are always victims of obstructed or prolonged labor, which will mean that the head of the baby is on the wall of the vagina so much that it erodes enough to create this opening, this leakage. It was not a case of pregnancy for China. This is to show you how much trauma. There's no excuse for abuse, but how inhuman do you have to be to rape someone to the point of death? Now, there are a lot of hashtags out there for Ochanya, justice for Ochanya. And as much as I am very happy about this outrage against sexual violence, it doesn't absolve us of complicity in cases like this. Ochanya's case is not the exception. In fact, it's actually the rule. It is the rule in a society that has learned to consistently turn a blind eye to justice. It is the rule in a society where people are more interested in protecting the image of the abuser. It is the rule in a society where you are more comfortable asking, why didn't you prevent it? Why did you go there? Blaming the victim comes naturally to you because you forget that the power to prevent abuse ultimately lies on the abuser. If rapists decide not to rape, there will be no abused people out there. Think about it. It's the rule in a society where a mother, a sister, a woman would rather pander to the whims of men than go against them. Men will be men. It's the rule in a society where we consistently model to our young men that there is no repercussion for crime, injustice, wrongdoing. Boys will be boys. It is the rule in a society where girls are brought up to keep quiet in the face of injustice. Shh, be careful. Be modest, be humble, just it. You're a girl. Girls should be seen, not heard. It is the rule in a society where we have ceased to be safe spaces for young women. And so they are so enveloped in shame and fear. It is the rule in a country where the judicial system is deemed to sway away from the poor, the girl, the woman, and the one without power. It is the rule in a country, in a nation, in a society, in a continent where old men will take to the media to cry because their right to marry children has been withdrawn. And the judicial system will have pity on them. And guess what? Revoke and reduce the age of consent. It is the rule in a country where perpetrators who should be convicted are roaming free. I hear that one is even trying to start a musical career. That shows you how promising and lucrative sexual abuse is in Nigeria. Also, the evidence to show that our girls are so unprotected. Now, don't get it twisted. The domestic in domestic abuse doesn't suddenly make a crime a family affair. To err is human, and to forgive is divine. If that's what you believe in this case, please feel free. But remember that forgiveness can be given, but access denied. In this case, access from humanity behind prison walls with the ultimate sentences. Big, small, boy, girl. Remember that it is all of us. Domestic abuse, sexual violence is a crime. Before you scream justice for Chanya, I want you to look inwards and ask yourself, what actions am I taking today to prevent the next girl, the next woman from being a statistic, from being the next Ochanya? So again, I'll ask, how do you get justice for a dead girl? It's simple. By ensuring that through our actions or inactions, we're not creating more victims. And also remembering that it lies with us whether a victim moves to survivor or diseased. At the individual level, the family level, the societal level, the government, the judicial system. If you see something, you say something. If we say something, you believe. When you believe, you prosecute. We don't need more hashtags. We just need safe spaces. That's how you get justice.